Welcome to Aghori Stories. Today we are going to discuss on a very important aspect of Aghoris. This curiosity is in the minds of each and every person who has read about Aghoris, who has listened about the word Aghori, who is curious to know about various aspects of Sanatan Dharma. But most of us mainly feel that Aghoris control the souls. If somebody is probably in terms of local language has some bhoot pida or pret pida, means the soul is trying to enter the body of a living being, they go to a Aghori and request or pray, please help me out. First of all, one body cannot have two souls. It's very clear. Second point, a person who is a living creature, his soul cannot go out and the other soul can take place of that soul. That is also not possible. Yes, one thing's happened where the possession of the body goes for a particular period of time to that soul, and that soul, what he wants to react, the body reacts in his understanding, under the soul's control. So that happens, and it's not a new fact. The way the deity controls the body, the souls can also control the body, which is very common, and it is not so serious matter, to be precise with all of you. Many of you must have experienced this kind of stuff, or you have seen this kind of stuff. कि किसी को प्रेत बाधा हो गई, किसी को भूत बाधा हो गई, किसी को ये हुआ, किसी को वो हुआ, किसी आत्मा ने इसके शरीर पे कब्जा कर लिया. But that's for a particular period of time. By other time, the person absolutely lives a normal life and there is nothing to do with the soul. Now, how Aghoris connect with the soul? Is there any particular process? Is there any particular methodology? Is there any particular recipe? No. There are no particular recipes, there is no particular process as such, except for some mantras or some divinity which is required to connect with the other world. But that divinity doesn't have a particular process or a methodology. So it's not like that every Aghori chants only one mantra to connect with the souls, or every Aghori process follows a process, a particular single process to connect with the soul. It's all depending on the perception of the Aghori or the person who is trying to connect with the soul. The first question after listening to this will come, that how they connect with the souls. Again, how they can cross check or how they can confirm that they have connected with the souls. First thing, if a Aghori is trying to connect with the soul, he has to first create his body in such a way that the Aghori's body and mind can connect with the clues the soul or the other things are giving. Now, this particular thing requires a lot of efforts. You need a lot of effort to do this. because your entire body has to first get purified. Secondly, your body should have that sensitivity to grab the vibrations which are across your surrounding. Then only you can have the capacity to connect with the soul. There is a misconception in the minds of people that Aghoris control the souls and they get their work done through the souls in terms of किसी को परेशान करवाना है, किसी को छुड़वाना है, किसी को मतलब मशीकरण, मारण, मोहन, उच्चाटन, ये सब जो चल रहा है, which is actually मतलब even YouTube is full of all this kind of videos. But there is the it's only 1%. It's only 1% of the Aghoris or the people who are trying to do this, while 99% of the people are not doing it. Because connecting with the soul is a big responsibility. Yes, it's a big responsibility. Why a soul connects with a person who is living? 5 reasons. First reason, the soul wants to get rid of his own karmas when he was alive with some or the other rituals or some or the other things. Some pending work was left when the soul departed from this earth and become a soul. From the body, departed from the body and become a soul. There were some pending tasks, and that soul wants to complete that task. Secondly, when somebody has a lot of knowledge, and if that person has not been able, I am not talking knowledge just in terms of spiritualism, knowledge is in terms of every subject, say physics, science, chemistry, biology, कुछ भी आप ले लो, management ले लो, has some knowledge which is to be imparted to someone, then the soul connects with the right person and imparts the knowledge. You can say that soul comes in the state of Guru Tattva and imparts knowledge to the person living on the earth and tries to make him understand how, what, when, why is to be done. I am sure that many of you must have not agreed to this point. So I am giving you an example over here of Tulsidas ji. Tulsidas ji was a very simple person living in Varanasi. He was highly connected in terms of lust, in terms of love, in terms of feeling with his family and especially with his wife. Every day morning he used to go for his daily routine to a Ganga Ghat, carrying some water, and after completing his daily routine he used to put that water under a specific tree every day without even knowing anything. And there was a soul which was staying there for years, and that water made him feel good because he was actually thirsty. Yes, a kind of thirst, a kind of hungry, this kind of the indriyas still creates hurdles to the soul. And for the same reason, we do tarpan, we do marjan, we do shraddha karmas, because we try to provide food, water, and blessings of the Almighty to our ancestors to this kind of exercises, so that they are not dissatisfied, they are completely satisfied and they have If they are thirsty, they get water. If they are hungry, we provide them food through pins and other stuff, and even the routine food that we all eat in terms of bhog, right? So when Tulsidas ji was unknowingly pouring water at a particular tree after some period of time, say for an year, 2 years, 5 years, depends. That soul connected with Tulsidas ji. And that soul, that prayed, said that I am pleased on you. How can I help you? Or what kind of, how can I be of some connect or some important things with you? Now that soul had a knowledge. Tulsidas ji was a person who was to write Ramayana when he was born because it was already written in his fate. So Tulsidas ji said that I want to connect with Lord Ram or Lord Hanumana. A person so wise, when he asked the soul that I want to connect with Hanuman ji, even Tulsidas ji was knowing that by reciting the name of Hanuman ji, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Then how come a soul can connect him to Hanuman ji? But the soul said that I cannot directly put you in front of Hanuman ji, but I can show you the way. And he said that the soul said that when there is a Ramayana Parayan going anywhere, there is a person who comes first and goes the last, and he looks like, he gives him the description of Hanumanji, how he comes and attends Ramayana Parayan, and it is always believed that in every Ramayana Parayan, Hanumanji attends it. Whether it is done at Varanasi, whether it is done at Mumbai, whether it is done at Delhi, anywhere in the world. So he gives the clues, the soul gives the clues to Tulsidas ji, and Tulsidas ji follows that clues, and then he connects with Hanumanji and he identifies Hanumanji, and rest is the story, which is very well described in Ramayana and many other religious texts. So if you think that Aghoris can only connect with souls, that's not true. A person who is highly sensitive in terms of grabbing the vibrations, who has nothing to expect from anyone, and he is just conducting his duty, may be also the right person. If Tulsidas ji can connect, then the point how Aghoris connect with the souls is null and void actually. But everybody in this world cannot be Lord Tulsidas because he was only one. So at that thing, these Aghoris are actually trained. They are not just trained, they live a lifestyle in such a way that their sensitivity keeps on increasing day by day, and that ultimately leads to a consciousness where they can connect with the vibrations of the soul which are trying to give you the signals. This is how there is a connect between soul and Aghoris. Now, what is a soul? In Hinduism or Sanatana, the soul is believed to be the eternal and unchanging atom. It is held to be the source of all life, existing beyond physical form, and living on even after death. The soul is seen as an individual being within each person's body, mind, which must be nurtured if it is to remain healthy. In the current era, we talk about physical health and mental health, work life balances. This is soul life balance. This is actually soul life balance. So we need to understand that soul life balance is important, and to nourish or nurture your soul, one can meditate, one can do pujas, one can conduct pujas, but ultimately your faith is important. It's not the pujas or meditation that is important. If you have strong faith in a particular deity, that and if you are conducting some pujas or meditation or on a particular mantra, or various techniques are right now available, any technique which actually attracts you, and if you have faith in that technique and if you do that, your soul gets nourished. Connecting with the soul is not a simple process. It requires a lot of inner energy for the body of a particular person who is trying to connect with the soul, or the soul is trying to connect with that body. Most of the times, the soul connects with the person and the person can never connect with the soul, and it's a fact. Many of us say, ये अघोरी बाबा है, इन्होंने आत्मा के साथ संपर्क किया. हाँ, आत्मा के साथ संपर्क किया, अघोरी बाबा है, सही बात है, सादर प्रणाम. पर ज्यादातर आत्मा अघोरी बाबा को संपर्क करती है, या और उन सबको संपर्क करती है जो जिनसे उनका कार्य संपूर्ण होता है. और इसीलिए, एंड फॉर द सेम रीजन, we have an entire process of rituals after death, which are known as asthi visarjan, that is dissolving the remnants of the body, ashes and other stuff in a holy river. Then we have some days where we actually try to make the soul or the deceased happy, and these are also scientific stuff. It has nothing to do with just your tradition, culture. They are all scientific. Most of us don't believe that ghosts exist or souls can connect with aghoris or any person, but actually it happens. So these rituals are very important. One of the ritual is a trance dancing ritual. This trance dancing ritual is like you go in the trance, a particular state of mind. Trance is a particular state of mind where the supreme energy and your mind is mostly connected with each other for some period of time, for some moments of time, and to achieve that there is a format of trance dancing. Generally, what happens is after meditating for some time, aghoris or the person enters into what is known as this trance dancing, which is an ascetic dance, which is one where one loses the awareness of their surroundings in order to become more open to the spirit realm. This form of worship has been practiced by many cultures around the world for the centuries. It's not just we Indians or we Sanatanis. Everywhere this happens. If you talk about US, there are witchcrafts. Egypt is full of this. Africa, voodoo. Because the soul, every individual living on this earth, whether in India, US, Canada, Australia, anywhere, has a soul in himself or herself. And when that person expires, the soul gets disconnected from the body, and for some time it has to revolve in various states. And during that, if there is something which is unfulfilled, the soul tries to connect with the individual. Here I would like to point out one thing, that in Sanatan we have this Aghori terminology. And we say that, oh, Aghoris are this and that, and they can do this and they can do wonders and all. They are very simple people. Don't be afraid of them. They are very simple people. They will never harm you unless you try to harm them. And why should you harm them? Because you are just going and trying to meet them, greet them, sit with them, talk to them, interact with them, understand from their perspective. Then why should they harm you? Here I would like to clarify that if you think that an Aghori can harm you, you are absolutely mistaken. And those Aghoris who pretend to harm you are not Aghoris at all. Because a Aghori is the simplest format of person living life on this earth. And if he has nothing to do with anything, then why should a Aghori harm you? Aghoris believe that connecting with soul can bring them closer to the understanding of life mysteries and gaining insight into existence itself. And by communicating with these energies from beyond our physical realm, Aghoris can access knowledge which can help them to lead more fulfilling lives here on earth. So it's like if you have a senior person, a veteran expert in one or the other field, and we generally as an individual we go to them and we try to get inputs from them, we try to understand from their experiences that how they solved a particular situation, and we try to learn from them because they are our seniors. In the same way, the souls are actually the seniors, and this Aghori is like a person, you and me, who is trying to connect with them and learn that क्या है life, क्या है, कैसी है, क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, क्यों होता है, कब होता है. And that's how they try to gain the knowledge. वो अपना काम नहीं करवाते हैं. They try to get knowledge, and against that knowledge, see, जैसे आज आप कोई veteran के पास जाते हैं, if you visit some veteran and you try to gain knowledge, and if that veterans request you, can you do a small favor for me, can you just get me XYZ book because I have been searching for long and I'm not getting, if you have, you can please let me know and I will pay for it also. And what we say, Arey nahi sir, we don't want, I have the book and I will give it to you. That's out of the gratitude we do that. Has the veteran forced you कि नहीं आपको मुझे बुक देना है because I have imparted you the knowledge? No. It's just out of the gratitude we give them कि नहीं सर हमारे पास बुक है and I have the book. हमारे पास नहीं होती, sometimes we actually find out, we research, हम गूगल करते हैं, and then we get the book, either the e format or the print format or whatever the formats are, and we send it to him कि सर ये आपका बुक है. It's just out of the gratitude. It's just out of the relationship between the two people. In the same way, the soul and the Aghoris are in a relationship where the soul is a veteran, an expert, because he or she, the soul cannot be a he or she, first of all. But the soul has seen the entire life span. The soul has seen everything. The soul has also seen after death life. And I strongly believe there is an after death life across the world. So the learnings that they have accumulated from their experiences, the soul tries to transfer that information to Aghori, because here we are just talking about Aghoris, but I specifically want to put this point in front of all the listeners that it's not just Aghoris who can connect with the soul, or Aghoris are not only given the license to connect with the soul. If you guys have enough sensitivity in your mind, in your heart, in your body, if you have enough purification of your body, you guys, the souls can also connect you in your subject. And sometimes it happens, and because of that we are frightened कि अरे किसी आत्मा ने हम पे कब्जा कर लिया है. आत्मा ऑलरेडी अपना जिंदगी जी चुका है और उसको वापस कब्जा करके क्या मिलने वाला है? क्या वही वो सब जो उसने भुगता है, all the bitter experiences? Because any life cannot have just a good experience. The life is a mixture of 70-30, where 30% is good and 70% is bitterness. You take Lord Ram, राम भगवान को आप ले लीजिए, 14 साल वनवास, उसके बाद राज्याभिषेक हुआ थोड़े सालों बाद, एज पर द तुलसीदास जी रामायण, बिकॉज वाल्मीकि रामायण डजंट से दैट सीता जी का त्याग हुआ था, या बहुत सारे ऐसे रामायण है जो ये नहीं मानते हैं कि सीता जी का जो उत्तर रामायण कॉन्सेप्ट है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ यहाँ है, जो बाद में लिखा गया ओरिजिनल वाल्मीकि रामायण डजंट हैव दैट रेफरेंस. सो आई एम वेरी क्लियरली स्टेटिंग दिस पॉइंट कि अकॉर्डिंग टू सम रामायण सीता जी का त्याग कर दिया गया. शी वेंट टू फॉरेस्ट, कोई ऋषि के आश्रम में रहे, शी गेव बर्थ टू लव एंड कुश, and then there is a battle between Lord Ram and Love Kush, and afterwards Sita ji comes to know that, oh, the kids are having war with their father, and then she appears and she tells everything to both the parties, and then she submerges herself inside the earth, mother earth. मतलब उन्होंने फिर वहां समाधि ले ली. This is the stuff. So coming to the point that everywhere there is something or the other which is working. And life is all about bitter experiences. So if a soul is having a bitter experience, why the soul would again take pain to be in someone's body and enjoy that pain again and again? No. It's just some period or some moments or some seconds or some minutes of possession of the body that the soul tries to get, and actually it tries to impart knowledge, but unluckily most of us and our civilizations have never disclosed this information. That soul actually tries to give you the knowledge. Many of us who have a guru who doesn't exist on this earth, but still we feel the presence of that guru around us whenever we need him, whenever we pray him. And we say that guru helps us with a sukshma sharir. He comes to us in a sukshma sharir. Sukshma sharir is not just a tiny body, but it's a format, Sukshma Sharir. In terms of Aghor language, I would say that the Guru's soul comes to us and helps us and guides us to be a better person. So, do you think that the Guru, who is so powerful, can be controlled by a layman like you and me, or even an Aghori? No, it's not possible. At the same time, this kind of controlling the soul, there are some processes where controlling the soul happens, but these processes are too clumsy in nature. And in today's world, it is not just possible to do this kind of processes, this kind of rituals, because it requires a lot of insights, meditation, and rituals, and the ingredients that you need are just not possible to collect in this modern world. With this, I am ending this episode. Hope you liked it. Please share with those who are interested in this kind of knowledge. I am not here to increase my views, likes, subscriptions. I am just here to give information, share information, so that there is an awareness about Aghoris, there is an awareness about Sanatan Dharma. This is your friend, Mystic Researcher Maulik Buch, signing off. Om Namah Shivaya.